Happy Friday, boys and girls. Today, I'm taking you out into my garage to change the scenery a little bit from my kitchen, and we're also going to be changing the subject. You have been watching my videos of my read aloud, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of a math video. We're going to be looking at two topics, area and perimeter, kind of focusing on geometry. Now, I know we've done a lot of this in the past, but I'm going to give you just a quick review of what area and perimeter are before we get into our challenge for today.
Now the first thing I want you to think about is perimeter. In this case, perimeter is the distance around a one-dimensional shape. So you can see in this picture here, you're going to figure out the perimeter. You're going to take the length of each side of a shape, and then you're going to add all of those lengths together to figure out the perimeter of that shape. So that's how you figure out the perimeter. Now, boys and girls, the area of a shape is the space inside of the shape. So in this case, you are going to look at the number of square units inside the shape, and we could do that by counting each of these individual grid squares, or we can figure out the area by using a formula where we multiply the length times the width. If we multiply the length times the width, we will get the area of the shape.
All right, boys and girls, so that brings us to our math challenge for today. We know what area and what perimeter are, so we're going to try to apply those to something that we can do from inside of our houses. So your challenge is to try to find the area and perimeter of one of the rooms inside your house. You can do that by using one of these. This is a tape measure. You can see that it measures in, this one measures in feet and inches, but other tape measures measure in different units. And you're going to use your tape measure to measure the different side lengths of each of the rooms in your house. If you don't have a tape measure at home, you can also use a ruler where you can find something that you can figure out what the distance is, and you can do it that way. It's kind of tricky, but tape measure would work the best. And what you can do is you can measure each side length of each room and then use what we just talked about to figure out what the area and perimeter of that room is, and then put it on a piece of paper. I would suggest doing an easy room where you don't have to move furniture, like a bathroom, or you could do your living room if you can get to all the corners of the walls. I know for our living room there's couches in the way and TVs and stuff like that that make it a little bit challenging. But it is doable if you have the support from your parents. So if you want to do that, you can. But I suggest picking a room that might be easy, like your bedroom or something like that. And so you're trying to measure all the side lengths, and then you can draw it. I'll show you an example right now.
So in my house, I measured the length and the width of our dining room. So I'm going to label my paper, and I'm going to write that I measured the dining room. Now, in the dining room, I figured out the length and the width by using a tape measure, and I measured it like this. I noticed that there was this length, which was 10 feet, and then I measured the other length of the room, and I'm going to grab my little ruler here, which is not really a ruler, it's a speed square, but it'll work. You can really use anything that has a straight edge. And it was longer, so I'm going to try to make my picture kind of match that. It was like this, and you can't really see my edges, so I'm going to just move that down a little bit. Now, it's not important that your picture is perfect, but you do want it to look pretty straight. So this side, and I'm going to kind of turn it this way, was 11 feet long. So now I've got my length and my width. So I want to figure out the perimeter first. So remember, opposite sides are equal, so I know if that side's 10 feet, I know this side is 10 feet. Since this is a rectangle, and I know that if this side's 11 feet, this side is also 11 feet. So I can label that. Now I can figure out the perimeter. So to get the perimeter, I'm going to add up all my side lengths. 10 plus 11 plus 10 plus 11. Now here's my strategy. I'll go 10 plus 11 is 21 and 21, and I'll add those together. And I can think, ooh, 20 plus 20 plus 1 plus 1 would be 42. And that would be in feet. So I've got 42 feet for my perimeter. Now I need to figure out the area. So to figure out the area, I'm going to use a little different color. I'm going to grab orange. That'll be good. So the area of the shape would be measured if I were to draw all the grid lines and then add them together. But remember, we know a better way to do it. What I'm going to do is multiply 10 times 11. Now, I can do 10 times 10 in my head. 10 times 10 is 100. And if I add one more 10, that would be 110 square feet. So boys and girls, now you can figure out how I found the area and perimeter of one room in my house, our dining room. Now you can try to figure out the area and perimeter of one of yours.
Now I hope with your parents' help and their permission, you were able to figure out the area and perimeter of one of the rooms inside your house. Once you can do this, you're going to be ready for next week's challenge. So hopefully you get a chance to do this and have lots of fun. Have a great weekend, boys and girls. I'll see you later.